Hello, Jeff. Could you
Hello.
please give an introduction about yourself?
Hi, my name's Jeff Cook. I am in United States, Florida, great state of Florida, Sunshine State. I do promotional marketing inside the SMCA campus with Professor Dylan Madden. Amazing professor. He's actually my second campus that I've been in. I dabbled into the AI one, but I backed out, focused strictly on SMCA. So
And what is promotional marketing?
promotional marketing, all in a nutshell, is taking a brand, either developing the brand, creating the brand, and then progressing it along. Promotional marketing takes that brand, name, identity, and places it on product 1.83 million pieces of product. So whatever you can think of that has a brand on it, I can put a brand on.
hmm Okay, interesting. I think that's a first for interviewing someone doing promotional marketing. So I'll ask some more questions about that later.
Yeah, for
First,
sure.
what actually made you decide to join the real world?
So 2.5 years ago, my son was like, "Dude, you got to try this. You got to try this." I keep on seeing this stuff about Andrew Tate, and he's literally helping people progress their business and getting involved. So this year is in November will be 5.5, 6 years. I'm sorry, 6 years that I've been in business, 5.5 now. In the last 2.5, back that up, 6 months before the 2 years, because this year I've been in the real role for 2 years.
Hmm.
So I started out in the copywriting campus, and then it really wasn't jiving well. I mean, Professor Andrew's amazing, great knowledge, um, but it just wasn't clicking right for me. So I wanted to be more internet based, be able to take my laptop and go anywhere I want, right? So that's when I stumbled upon the SMCA. So I actually was involved in 9 different campuses at once, and I went through the first couple courses of each one, and seven campuses, and SMCA stuck. Is it? I
Hmm.
was like, yes, this is it. This is it. And since then, the rest is history. I'm only in the SMCA campus now.
And at the start of the interview, you mentioned AI campus.
Yep.
Uh, how much did you dabble in that before deciding to
I
move on?
watched the first two lessons. That was it. And
Ah,
then
okay.
and then on a live call, one of the 1 a.m. my time live calls that Professor Dillon did. I was, we had a call. I'm like, how can I develop to be straight focused? And he was like, this campus and this campus only. So after that live call, I exited out of every campus I was in.
Nice. Okay. And then, what was that like actually going through the SMCA campus? What were the lessons like for you? And what if you had tried to do this outside of the real world? What do you think your success would have been?
So I was trying to do this outside the real world, and it just wasn't clicking. So before then, the most I ever made in a year was 10 grand. So I mean, it's like exponentially shot up everything. And I'm getting more and more exposure online with the social media. Continue to post, even though I don't post as much as I should be. I'm gaining more traction with that, just from the different events and stuff that we're doing here.
Mhm. Uh, okay. So, how long were you doing specifically trying to do promotional marketing before joining, or something similar?
5 years.
So the whole
This is
time.
this this
Ah,
is 5.5 years. Yes.
got it. Got it. I thought
Yeah.
maybe you were trying other ventures. Wow.
Yeah.
But were you? Did you have any clients for it in that time? I'd imagine so, right? Otherwise, you wouldn't have done it for so long.
It was more smaller scale. The only seemed like the actual clients that we could get was the like small mom and pop one-off type deal. I just need like one shirt made. Can you do this? Can you pull this logo off of this and then apply it? Yeah, we can do that. But it just never really scaled from there. So, joining in the SMCA, that's when the businesses started coming on. And I'm like, oh wow. So I really got my feet wet, and that's when everything started clicking. Like, I don't need to be targeting the small mom and pops, but can still do them. I need to focus more on the businesses side so that we can actually grow.
Mhm. Are there any other examples you can give for what you implemented from the campus, which then led to you scaling your business? And then, what's the actual difference between how much you were earning before joining and what you're earning now?
So what really helped out was the talking, slowing down. I used to talk really, really fast. So, and then um, Professor Dylan was like, "You gotta slow down. You gotta slow down. I can barely understand you, and I talk fast." So, and he's like, "Slow down your talk, especially when you're talking to clients. Look them dead in the eye and just stay prominent. Stay prominent with them. Show them that you know what you're talking about, and then everything will be history from there." And that's when everything really stuck, especially with clients and really doing like Zoom calls, StreamYard calls, um, FaceTime, Google Meet, everything. So I'm pretty flexible with the customer and the client so that I can, basically meet their needs.
Mhm.
And
Okay.
then, so before, the most we ever made was 10 grand. I still work, so to speak, if you want to call it that. I don't do a 9 to 5. I don't do a 9 to 5 at all. Um, Before I was doing a 9 to 5, the last 2 years, nothing. It's strictly on the business. It's strictly with the SMCA, and I do side stuff too, like side gigs, DoorDash, ship, roadie, all that stuff. Just to help pass the time. I've actually got clients from doing that stuff. So I do deliver to a lot of homes that have electrical places. I service the service-based industry, HVAC, plumbing, electrical, pressure washing, home cleaning, that type of niche. So that right there literally has progressed everything.
Mhm.
Just being able to talk to people. I'm not really scared of talking to people. I've been in sales for 26 years and is really like my passion.
And in terms of figures, what you're earning now, what would that be?
So as of right now, beforehand, before starting the SMCA or even the real world, max was 10 grand. And I think that was 2 years even prior to even joining the SMCA. Year before we joined I joined the SMCA, I might have been like 5 grand for the year. So I'm like, this really isn't viable. I've got to figure out another way. And then that's when my son was like, you got to check into this. You got to look into this. So I looked into it and I was like, all right, let's do it. I ain't really got 50 bucks, but I will make 50 bucks work. So I did, jumped in, and the rest is history. I make sure the 50 bucks is on there, ready to roll every month because it is I don't consider it a bill. I consider it to be my gateway.
Mhm.
It's my gateway to freedom.
You said mentioned 5K before for the year.
Yep.
So what have you been making since joining the real world?
So the first year in the real world, we 20. So it almost doubled, just about doubled. It was like maybe 19, 20,000. Last year, in my books, it says $78,923. So, but when it comes down to the profit, we're right around the 45, 50,000 from last year.
Mhm.
And this
So
year we're already on track of beating the first quarter. Last year in the first quarter, we did 12 grand. Just in January alone, we did 13,000.
mhm. So went from making 5K in a year to 13,000 now in 1 month in January.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very
Yeah,
sustainable.
it's it's a blessing. So
Mhm.
Professor Dylan's really there and helps out with everything. So I mean, and you don't even got to talk to him. You just got to pay attention to the lessons. Pay
Mhm.
attention to the lessons and show up for at least one of the live calls.
Yep.
It's powerful. It's
Mhm.
powerful.
And how do you go about actually acquiring new clients now? What's your process?
So, new clients, I do call. I've got Excel spreadsheet or the Google Sheets one where I've got at the bottom, I've got tabs for every single different niche. So, from electric, plumbing, HVAC, I've got all those listed out on different tabs. And I go through Google, look up Google, look into my area. And then since I've expanded that, so right now we're up to 175 miles from my location and literally taking down everything. So I really need to look into actually hiring somebody to get all that information. And then there was one thing that I wanted to chat with Professor Madden about was doing AI outreach. Having a bot pretty much just call into businesses, introduce us
Mhm.
to be able to scale even faster.
Yep, yep. Did you ever go do the meetings in person, or is it always over call?
I go to meetings in person. A lot of them. I very seldom do call meetings. It's
Okay.
very seldom I do them.
So
I
sometimes you're traveling like 150 miles at this point,
Yeah.
also. Oh
Last
wow,
year alone, I put 60,000 miles on my car.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
That when I told you last night, I'm always in money making activity all day long. It's 7 days a week.
I know.
I've got my Bluetooth, my earbuds. Church is even on the phone.
Wow, wow. Okay, so what's your average day looking like now then? And then compare it as well to what it did before you joined the railroad.
More structured. It's more structured. I've pretty much planned out my day 2, 3 days sometimes in advance. And sometimes there's tweaks, sometimes there's, okay, well, this got done a lot faster than I actually thought it was going to. So now I have a little bit more time that I can actually fit another either outreach in, another email blast, reaching out to more prospects, expanding into other states. That's my next thing is looking into the surrounding states that are around me and being able to either
Mhm,
go or have a video call.
mhm. More structured. What about is could you talk more specifically, like what you actually do throughout the day, or is that something you'd prefer to keep confidential?
So let's see.
Like an
Depending
average.
on depending on the day, I do outreach 3 days a week
Mhm,
where I do calls, I do emails. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday is calling half the day. The other half the day, I'm looking for more prospects. The next day, Tuesday and Thursday, is I take 50 emails, 50 emails that I'm targeting, and they're scheduled. They're scheduled to be sent out. Every single one of them is
mhm,
tailored specifically to them and how I can help out. Whether I'm scraping their or their Google, I'm scraping their looking on their Facebook, Instagram, even TikTok. I look on their TikTok, see if they have anything. I look on their LinkedIn, see if they have anything going on there and offering the social media service. I'm offering anything that I can help out inside of the business, whether it is from paper printing to office apparel, polos, jackets, cardigans, hats, safety apparel, even all the way down to the safety glasses. So
mhm.
if with anything like that, if it's something that is specifically to them, that's what I'm offering. That's what I'm actually looking for. So a
Okay.
lot of places they do content with the guys that are the gals that are out in the field. So looking at what they're wearing, looking at see if they're staying on brand. If everybody's going in there looking and they got, a dirty, dingy shirt on, that's bad marketing.
Mhm. Okay, understood. And what plans do you have for the future then? You mentioned potentially outsourcing the searching of leads. Is there
Yes.
anything cool? Let's say if we've done short term, medium term, long term, how would you break that down for future plans?
So short term and medium term, right now I'm in short term. So I'm doing a lot of it. I'm looking into actually hiring somebody to help me out with the outreach and the searching. So and then that way we can basically double the work, or I want to say 1.5x it because nobody's going to work as hard as you are, right? So um, that alone will help grow the business. So we did 75, 80,000 last year. Turn that into 180. Should be able to do it easy with two people. And then I want to look into or I am looking into the AI outreach, which
Mhm,
would actually probably 10x, maybe 15x the business just on outreach alone. So I figured with the AI outreach, it may not be as good quality as being able to talk to them, whereas we could get the name of the business out, get them out, get people looking into our Google account, get people looking to our social media, get people looking at our website, right? Let them
mhm,
know that what we offer. And then when something comes up, oh, they actually reached out. And then I want to structure that over a 3 week span where it actually, the turnaround just flips.
mhm.
So
Okay.
call somebody first week, and then maybe it's the fourth week where we actually call people with the AI. But in the meantime, it's still calling them, still calling new people, emailing new people, going on the DMs, hitting the DMs, and even knocking on doors. I'm not afraid to knock on somebody's door. That's how I actually got started.
Yep, yep, yep. And that's something a lot of people are too afraid to do.
Yeah, they're scared to
So,
talk to people.
right.
They're people. Put on your pants just like you and me.
Mhm. All right. Then you mentioned that you found out about this through your son,
Yeah.
but have you actually listened to much of Tate's content yourself? And if
Oh
so,
yeah. Oh yeah.
what kind of impact has it had on you?
Uh, energizing, straight energizing. I've probably listened to what see one emergency meeting 60 now.
Not
I
sure,
think
but let's say
something
so.
like that. Something like that. I've listened. I think there's only two emergency meetings I have not actually attended live. It was
Mhm,
like there was a couple that was like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. I was already asleep, but I do catch them. Um, but there were some. I haven't found one that I haven't seen yet. And then I do. I know they're not on like Facebook and Instagram, but there is people out there posting their stuff. I get that stuff, and there's a lot of the stuff that is actually it's saved. So I even have
mhm.
on my screensaver
Yeah.
on my phone.
Yep, yep. Okay. So you said energizing. Anything else to add there in terms of how it's maybe impacted your life?
Listening to their story, they growing up in Luton and living here in the United States in Washington D.C. and then moving over there. Mom and dad split up, got a divorce. My parents actually split up and got a divorce when I was 10. So a lot of that stuff actually resembles with me. You
Mhm,
know, so I mean, two different households. My dad, worked at Honda for just retired 38 years, and he's the big breadwinner, right? And my mom really struggled because she worked, but and my dad was like, "No, you need to quit your job. You need to focus more on, the kids and being able to get them to sports and stuff." So, um, not really having the dad figure from 10 to 16, even though only seen him every 2 weeks, and sometimes it would go a month. Just depending on our schedules. If he had to work the weekend, then it'd be a bad idea for us to actually go, because he lived an hour away from us. So,
mhm,
and then I actually moved in with my dad at 15, and then, I learned, you go to work, you bust tail, you take care of things. So, and then ever since then, that's what I do.
wow.
So, and then, just them, they're growing up. I don't really look into a lot of their, before scene stuff because a lot of that stuff can be fabricated. So whatever I know they're going to, power through the court stuff because it is straight a matrix attack,
They've
But
already pushed through. I'm not sure if you heard the
yeah,
news.
yeah, yeah,
Okay. Okay.
plowing through. I mean, they continuously
Oh,
plow through it,
okay.
you know? I was, I I I get their stuff. I'm on X and they're one of the first people that I subscribe to.
Of
So,
course.
I every time that they post something, I read it. Every
Mhm.
time even the three chat bots that they got going on, I read those. So I got all three of them, and then Tristan as well. And their humble beginnings or growing up, and Tristan even says I couldn't afford the things I could 4 years ago. Now I can afford whatever I want.
Yep,
So it's just a matter of time. Things flip.
yep,
You keep putting in the work, you keep putting in the consistency, it's going to take care of itself.
mhm,
I'm a firm believer in. Andrew says all the time, "You are the one that's going to be sad. You make sure your family's happy."
mhm, yep,
That's what I live by. You face all the struggles, your family thrives.
mhm. And then through that, you'll be satisfied,
Exactly.
grateful. Okay, amazing. So I'll end off with a final question. So for people who are unsure about joining the real world because they're thinking it might be a scam for $50, what advice would you have to them?
Join.
Yeah.
Join. It's life-changing. You may not know exactly what you're doing within the first couple months. Keep going. Keep staying on the lessons. Stay on the lessons. Watch them over and over again. Watch them, take notes, join the live calls, participate, get in the chats, talk to your fellow students. Get in. It's 50 bucks. Everybody blows $50 on coffee every week. Cut out your coffee for a week. You'll take care of it.
Mhm,
It's life-changing. It is seriously life-changing.
mhm. I guess I also haven't asked about the community aspect. So is there anything to add for how the community has
Community
impacted?
is amazing. The community is amazing. It's like I think I've unlocked all the chats in the SMCA now. Yeah, I think so. There may be. I think
I'd imagine so because you're in the
I've got
10K club, so you
yeah,
have.
I've got I think two more, two more before I'm at the top. You know,
Hmm.
the top of the echelon there, where I got to stay consistent with my 10K. Um, so I mean, it's life changing. Everybody in the chats will help you. You're not alone. You're not alone. It's
Hmm.
like some of them may be, a little hasty, but it's energizing. It's energizing. Very
Yep.
energizing. Just seeing that everybody having the same success, and then, the people who are struggling, help them out. You may know something that they don't know, you know? Is it help them out. They're your brothers and sisters. Help them out. The world will be a better place.
Yep. And yeah, usually people on this journey end up being isolated because not many people are doing what they're doing with the put
Exactly.
in the work and everything. So a community like that allows you to actually be around other like-minded individuals and not
Exactly.
be isolated. So
Exactly. Everybody says you are the accumulation of the 5 people you hang around the most. If those 5 people are inside that chat, stay around them.
yeah,
Stay around them. Turn on your notifications. Turn on
yep,
your notifications. As soon as you get a chat in the chat messages, go see what's up.
mm,
Because there could be something in there that could be a gold nugget for you.
yep. Okay, so now for people who want to find out more about you or contact you, where could they do so?
So you can find me on Facebook, SoSouthTees, SOSOUTHTEES. Instagram, same thing. LinkedIn, same thing. X, same thing. So no, I'm sorry. On LinkedIn or on X, it's actually Jeff Cook.
Okay,
So
cool.
website, SoSouthTees.com. Everything is on there.
Mhm.
Everything is on there.
We'll add all those links to the description of the video, so anyone who's interested, check that out. And yeah,
Yes,
Jeff,
definitely.
thank you for coming on and sharing your
Definitely.
story.
I
Uh,
appreciate it.
I'm
Thank you.
sure it inspired some people with the amount of work you're putting in and the change you've seen from joining the campus and implementing the lessons and yeah, just putting in the work, not being afraid of people, actually speaking to them.
Yeah.
I'm sure it will continue to grow as you expand your team.
Yep.
You said 180K should be, and
That's my
I'm
goal
sure,
this year. That's my
yep,
goal.
I'm sure you
That's
will.
my goal. So
So,
I'm full heartedly. I'm going to surpass it. I'm going to
mm,
surpass it. I just got to have a number that I keep
yep,
focusing on, and once I surpass it, it'll go up. It'll probably triple.
yep.
It's so just keep putting in the work.
So yeah, we'll could do a catch-up interview, a follow-up once you actually do hit it. I think that would be a good mark to do so.
Yeah,
And
yeah, for
until
sure.
then, I wish you all the best.
Thank you.